Ruslan.
I hear so much talk about these agendas that are out there. The agenda of the globalist, the agenda of the Illuminati, the agenda of this, the agenda of that. I hear so much talk about these agendas, and I think it's short-sighted, because I think the real agenda is right in front of us, and we're asleep to it. And no, I'm not talking about the bang bang shot that they want to give everybody. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about the music industry and Satan running the music industry. There is a real agenda, and it's right in front of us. And it's right in front of us. And the vast majority of us, we don't want to acknowledge it. The vast majority of us are comfortable with the agenda that's in front of us. The vast majority of us don't have the contrarian nature to go against what's put in front of us. What am I talking about? This notion that as you're going through life, you taking the safe route, and you living the quote unquote American dream of going to college 4 years and getting a degree and taking out a bunch of student loan and getting a car note because you need a reliable vehicle and racking up your consumer debt and then working a job you hate for the rest of your life so that you can be a little worker bee, a little cog in the wheel of society. It seems like the agenda is right in front of us, but we rather unpack, bury our head in the sand like an ostrich and say, no, the agenda is the Illuminati in the music industry. No, the agenda is that you're so locked into whatever's right in front of you that you can't look past 5, 10, 20 years and realize that you're just a keg in a wheel. You're just doing the same thing over and over. So the numbers came out recently. The numbers came out for the June job numbers. There's over 10 million new jobs available right now, and 8.6 people on unemployment. Think about that for a second. There's 10 million jobs. Hundreds of thousands of those jobs are white collar jobs. And there's 8 million people on unemployment, 10 million jobs out there. And by the way, all of a sudden, Starbucks and McDonald's and all these places, not only they got to pay you more, be more flexible with your schedule, they also are going to pay for your tuition. They're also going to pay you to go through college for free. This would be the time to make that lateral jump. The jobs are out there. This would be the time to switch it up. This would be the time to do something else. Instead of going to college for a degree that you don't like because it'll pay the most amount of money, only for you to graduate with student loan debt, to go and get a job that you don't like, to buy things on credit that you don't really need, to impress people that you don't really like, and to drive a car that'll wear out a quarter of your income, and to just live paycheck to paycheck like 50% of Americans and 60% of Americans who can't afford a $500 emergency. It seems like the agenda is right in front of us. Yet, there's this incredible opportunity right in front of us to build some businesses, to add some value, to help people do things right now, whether it's a small side hustle that you start just flipping stuff, or whether it's a full-on business that you build over time. By the grace of God, the way I've been able to quit my job in 2015 and slowly build a multi-six-figure business creating media content and not having to compromise my faith and not having to compromise my values or my morals. Maybe the agenda is right in front of us. But it's more fun to talk about the music industry and the Illuminati, right? It's more fun to talk about the Jay-Z's and Beyonce's selling their soul because, I don't know, that relinquishes the responsibility for you to get up and make better choices and to think about your life in decades and not just in days and weeks, and not just do the thing that gratifies your flesh the most, and not just do the thing, eat the food that makes you feel the best, and watch the things that make you laugh the most. And it seems like the agenda is right in front of us. And by the way, if you aren't working a job right now, go get your butt a job. There's 10 million of them out there. Go get a job. It's not gonna be the perfect job, but goodness gracious, it's gonna pay more than it did a year ago. Why? Because, hey, government's been floating people. People are in unemployment. They're sitting around on their couches. At least 8 million of them are. And so now the job market is more competitive. They're offering to pay your freaking tuition. They're offering to help you get through school. There's all these incentives. It seems like there's some good options going on here. So maybe this is the time to go and get a better job. And maybe you view that job not as just some job that you hate because you have to work it. Maybe you have a paradigm shift and you go, you know what? This job is my angel investor. This job is going to afford me the opportunity to maybe go to college and get a useful degree, by the way. Go get a useful degree. Don't get a degree in underwater basket weaving or drama. Go get a useful degree. Get a useful degree and allow me to start a side business. Because I'm actually gonna cut out Netflix. Average American watches 20 to 30 hours of TV and Netflix a week. By the way, I'm gonna cut out Netflix and I'm actually gonna start a little side hustle. I'm gonna go start a little a t-shirt company. I'm gonna start a little Etsy business. I'm gonna start that thing I've been wanting to do on the side. And my job, instead of me saying, oh, I hate my job because my job sucks, my job, yeah. Instead of doing that, you say, yo, my job is actually my venture capitalist. My job is going to pay me more than it would have a year and a half ago, and it's gonna give me some dignity to get off my freaking couch and turn off Netflix and go do something and contribute and do something with my body. And I'm gonna spend the other 40 to 80 hours I'm awake, I'm gonna spend that time actually building something on the side, something that I own. Maybe it starts as just flipping sneakers. Maybe it just starts as having a little t-shirt company. Maybe it just starts as you trying to learn coding or learn something else. Seems like the agenda is right in front of us, but we rather bury our head in the sand like an ostrich and blame everybody else and relinquish all of our other responsibilities so that, we could feel better about ourselves. Because after all, at least I'm not as bad as Jay-Z and Beyonce. Because, they sold their soul to the devil, and that's why they're so successful. I'm not successful because I'm keeping it real. No, fam. You're not keeping it real. You just don't understand how money works. You don't understand how scarce skills work. You don't understand that wealth begets wealth. Get you some. Pass it down to your kids. Proverbs says that a righteous man will leave an inheritance for his grandchildren. I didn't say it. Proverbs said it. Take that up with God. Hopefully this was valuable, man. If you're here and you found this video valuable, give it a like for the algorithm. Make sure you subscribe. 55% of the folks who watch this channel are not subscribed. So hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification. And if you want to go the extra mile and really partner with what we're doing here, consider becoming a part of our Patreon community, the illest community in all the internet. And I gotta drop this commercial on you guys because we have the Love What You Do challenge. It's on the way. I'm gonna play this commercial for you guys and then I'm gonna get out of here, all right?
Kingstream Entertainment. Ruslan.
When the culture says do what you love, we respond with love what you do. You may have responsibilities that you aren't passionate about, but loving what you do means being faithful to what's in front of you, committing to excellence as if that were your greatest dream. Colossians 3:23 says, work diligently at whatever you do as though you were working for the Lord rather than for people. Love what you do. Love what you do.
Kingstream Entertainment. Ruslan.
Yo, thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. If you found it valuable, considering giving it a like and subscribing. This month, I'm releasing the Love What You Do collection. And to celebrate, I'm doing a 3-day virtual event to help us go from learning to love what we do to ultimately doing what we love. By the way, it's free, so hit the link in the description to grab your seat today.